Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be listening to some music from probably one of the biggest games of 2024 so far, and a game that I've been really enjoying actually, and that game is called Helldivers 2. A very surprise game, success story of 2024, and we've already had a couple with Power World and now Helldivers 2 as well. But we're going to be reacting to the main theme and listening and breaking down the main theme of Helldivers 2, which is called A Cup of LIBER-TEA. And that is been composed, obviously, for Arrowhead Game Studios, but it was composed by Wilbert Roget II, and I believe actually on his YouTube channel right now. So I will link that in the description below, and please support him, because obviously he's done very good work for this very good game. We're gonna get into it very soon, into the breaking down the song and reacting to it. But before we do that, if you enjoyed the video, please do like it and subscribe to the channel as well, of course. And please let me know as well what songs in the comments that you'd like to see and hear on this channel, and we'll get those added to the playlist. But having said all of that, I think we'll get into the video. So I'll probably play a bit, go back a bit, and we'll see how we go. So let's listen to A Cup of LIBER-TEA in 3, 2, 1, go. It's such a great line, melody line. It's just nice. Yeah. Freeze before we carry on. Okay, so let's talk about that last little bit. So I think it does a really good job at building the atmosphere. We get this kind of like, I want to describe it as pixelated sound, but that doesn't make sense at all. But that kind of that sound that brings us in, and then we have these real deep tones, and then it brings us into this very heroic kind of orchestral sound, which makes a lot of sense, as we're supposed to be liberating planets for democracy, of course. So let's go back over that minute and let's break it down a little bit further. Let's go. That's what I meant by pixelated sound. It doesn't really make sense, but that kind of like low bass sound, something that's very much used a lot in movie trailers as well. But you get that kind of bring us in, and also it's a very futuristic sound. It's very science fiction, so that kind of fits, and it's almost like, I don't know, the ship taking off or something like that. That kind of sound, and then we're straight into these very fast-paced strings that bring up the tension and the pace. Because we've got this dun 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 dun, but we've also got this very tight strings as well, so it's just kind of like it's low, it's kind of building. There's a bit of, yeah, it's low and it's building, but it's slowly getting bigger and bigger, and we know it's gonna kick off. Big, loud, proud horn section was obviously very heroic. And then obviously we get that climax, so we've that little bar of just holding the note brings us into the rest before we go into the main melody line, which is this. So it's not just like, obviously underneath we still got the strings going underneath, keeping that rhythm. And then obviously the brass section doing the do 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 do, very loud, very big, very much at the forefront. But you've also got other sections of the horns, kind of going like lower bits and kind of at the end of the bars and stuff, which is very, very nice. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And again, here we have that sort of more, well, like the more futuristic sound coming in to make sure we still have that theme in our minds that this is set in the future, or science fiction, of course. In terms of like setting the tone for, you know, what the not necessarily what the game is, although it does, but for, you know, what the Helldivers are, which is this patriotic, heroic task force, or at least it's trying to be sold as that, of course, because the game's very self-aware of what it is, and satirical and so on. It really suits this, like, look how brave and strong and, you know, that kind of tough feeling, and we are the heroes. It's got that hero, superhero kind of vibe to the soundtrack. Alright, let's carry on for a bit. Ooh. Wow, this is really cool. I'm not sure I've heard this section before. Fortunately, we'll have to hear a bit more of it in a bit, but we're going to go over that past minute. You can tell that at the start it begins from here to about here. It does really elevate it, and the tones of the instruments of the melody line kind of go up in terms of pitch, and that kind of pushes it forward, and it feels more, there's more action, there's more going on. And then we go into this really soft kind of lowering the tone, this kind of breakdown here, which is very, very interesting. So let's go over that past minute from here. It's just got everything, like ding 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 with the strings. It has everything to push itself forward as being like such a theme for a team of superheroes, of super soldiers. It would be if you put this theme over like one of the heroes from The Boys, or any Marvel film, you'd be like, yes, this fits. And this is obviously what I interpret as, you know, the government of Super Earth is trying to make these Helldivers feel as, but obviously they are just, you know, what do you call it? Spurg rushing? Is that what's called? I never played StarCraft. Yes, but they're just like, you know, it's just waves of normal people being tried to make to feel like superheroes to join the Helldivers. But anyway, let's carry on. And that really loud horn that deep sound that's doing the do 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 in the back really sets that depth in the song and that grandness, that bass. Beautiful. Yeah. And again, we've had so much movement, and like in the section beforehand, when we have a note that actually is held, we move on into a different part of the song. And this is really interesting. Now, in terms of what we're hearing, obviously the sounds is very much atmosphere building, but it's very futuristic, very I'm loath to say it's Starfield, but it is very kind of like that that futuristic science fiction sound, just with that now with that solo piano just doing that, taking over the melody. The strings now, there's very sorrowful sounding strings. Let's keep going now. Wow, it's beautiful. Alright, we're going to have to go with that in a bit. That sounds really cool, though. But this section was very, very interesting. It is. The strings are so sorrowful. It does sound a lot more emotional. And it's interesting that the imagery we get on screen goes from these Helldivers being, you know, badass killers, saving the world, spreading democracy, to being killed. And maybe this is more of the what we're being sold. And this section is the reality of the situation, which is, you know, a lot of people, obviously, well, a lot of Helldivers don't survive this movement. Let's play that a little bit again. The way the strings are. Because it's the way that they blend together brings actually quite a lot of like warmth. I think it sounds really, really nice. But it definitely does bring that. It's not like that punching in the face kind of, you know, that we kind of power that we had at the start. It's definitely to try and bring that more softer tone to the scenario and to the game or to the song. Because even now we've got the horns coming back in, and the song's obviously building again, and all horns make the song sound so huge. But still, it's not that super grand, you know, sound. Still, it's still quite, you know, tender, and sad. There's a beautiful cello underneath as well. Wow. 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 This is the most replayed bit. Damn, that end was really cool. It kind of just melds the two sort of sections together. And that flourish at the start as well was beautiful, this bit. Whereabouts with their backing. This bit. Strings. Huge bale. And these big horns underneath and these high strings playing high up now, but this descending, it sounds so huge now. But then drifts back. Just this deep sort of fade out. That song does a lot. It makes me feel a lot of different things. That's probably the sign of a very well composed song. Wow, this was. I mean, I've played the game, so I heard the beginning bit when I log in, when I drop in, or whatever. But I haven't heard the whole thing. So that end section was really interesting to listen to, and really cool. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you not? Tell me why in the comments, and let me know what you want to hear next. If you enjoyed this video, please do like it, subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. I'd really appreciate that, and also let me know what you want to see on the channel next, of course, as well in the comments below. Please do follow me on TikTok. I post clips of these videos before they're released onto the YouTube channel, so if you want to get a sneak peek, do that. Please follow me there, and please follow my stream too on Twitch, because and come hang out. But anyway, having said all that, thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you very much. Goodbye.